I'm Alex Sharfin, and this is the Momentum Podcast, made for empire builders, game changers, trailblazers, shot takers, record breakers, world makers, and creators of all kinds. Those among us who can't turn it off and don't know why anyone would want to. We challenge complacency, destroy apathy, and we are obsessed with creating momentum so we can roll over bureaucracy and make our greatest contribution. Sure, we pay attention to their rules, but only so that we can bend them, break them, then rewrite them around our own will. We don't accept our destiny, we define it. We don't understand defeat because you only lose if you stop, and we don't know how. While the rest of the world strives for average and clings desperately to the status quo, we are the minority, the few, who are willing to hallucinate there could be a better future, and instead of just daydreaming of what could be, we endure the vulnerability and exposure it takes to make it real. We are the evolutionary hunters, clearly the most important people in the world, because entrepreneurs are the only source of consistent, positive human evolution, and we always will be. What's up? So I'm in the car here, I'll show you. I just got back to Austin. Oh man, he's flipped the camera. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna, I'm just gonna do this. So we just got back to Austin from Boise, Idaho, and driving back to the house to see Katie and the kids, and thought I'd check in and just share some of the reflections from being at the Inner Circle. So, you know, this mastermind costs a ton to be in. It's very exclusive. It's hard to attend because there's only 100 people in it, and no one else can get in at this point. And it is such an intense group. I mean, I love what Russell's put together, and it was an amazing week. You know, there's about probably 50 or 60 of the most talented entrepreneurs on the planet growing, like exploding their businesses and using this whole brave new market to move forward. And I had some thoughts that I'd share with you. So number one, first and foremost, coming out of the Inner Circle, the thought that I need to share every time is that ClickFunnels and the strategies that Russell teaches. Really, if you look at these, the strategies that Russell teaches and then the way that they're so easy to apply in ClickFunnels is like a cheat code on growing your business. Every time I go to Boise and I hang out with the people that are there, it blows me away at the types of businesses that are exploding and getting growing higher margins, higher price points, more traffic, more people, more leads. And, you know, it's not, a lot of times it's not the businesses you would traditionally think would be a ClickFunnels business, but it's crazy how much this software platform and the strategies and the practices that Russell Brunson teaches are changing the game across the board. So coming out of the Inner Circle, it's you know, if you haven't read expertsecrets.com secrets and you're in business, if your competitors have read it, you're behind. Let's just put it that way. You need to read it because this is how business is really being grown, and you go out to the Inner Circle and you just see it over and over again. So that's one. Two, I want to share with you what the biggest issue Inner Circle members are dealing with. When you look, and it came up so many times this week, but here's what you have. You have mostly people who have gotten into the 2 Comma Club. It's probably 90% 2 Comma Club people, so they've had a $1 million funnel. Most of them are running now a multi-million-dollar business, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, here's why. Russell's had the Inner Circle for a while. He's said he was going to get people in the 2 Comma Club. He did. So now there's people in there that have hit the multiple 2 Comma Club. And the biggest issue that people are dealing with is team building. It's how to get the right team members, find the right team members, bring them on. And one of the challenges that they all have is that they are in transactional management. I mean, I could see it in the presentations. I could see it in how they were talking. Hey, Marley, I'm just talking about the meeting we were at this week. Marley Baird and Rachel Peterson. Holy shit. If you have not seen what they're coming, I don't know if they've announced it. I don't know if they've told anybody, but they're about to stand the world on its ear with a new product that they're putting out, and I was so blown away at their presentation this week. But anyway, I just got distracted. So everybody in the Inner Circle was talking about team building, and they're all in transactional management. They're telling their team what to do, checking that it got done, and telling them what to do again. And it's brutal. Like, you can see it in their faces. And here's the challenge. ClickFunnels rockets you forward on the billionaire code. No kidding. Like, if you want rocket fuel for the billionaire code is ClickFunnels. And you see in this room people that are growing businesses at a rate that's insane. Like the Inc. 500 is going to be completely reset by Russell. I know it probably sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I can tell you, I've got clients who are on ClickFunnels, and I know exactly what it takes to get on the Inc. 500 list. I've been on it 3 times with the same business. We were number 21. We were the number 1 fastest growing company in the state of Texas, and today I'm coaching businesses that are growing at a rate double what Katie and I were doing. Double, maybe triple. It's crazy. And why? Because they have ClickFunnels, and it really is like, it's crazy. Katie and I used to pay over $1 million a year for what ClickFunnels would do, but the challenge is that it pushes you so far forward in business. You have to learn how to build a team faster. So strategies that used to be in the back, strategies that used to work to build a team don't work anymore. You now have to be faster, more agile, more malleable. You have to be able to bring people in fast, onboard them quickly, get them up and running, and get them doing what you need them to be productive, because in a fast growth company, you don't have time to wait for somebody to actually start producing. They have to produce from the beginning. Marley, you're so awesome. Thank you. I love you. And I'm so thrilled to have your support and Rachel's support and the whole Inner Circle support. Like, the people that were there this week were amazing. And so my third observation from the Inner Circle sheet, from the Inner Circle this week. So number 1, I want you guys to remember these. Number 1, that ClickFunnels is the cheat code for business. It's like, and it will rocket you forward faster than anything I've seen in over 20 years as a consultant. And when I say this, I have the perspective to say this. Like, I've been inside the businesses. I've watched them struggle to grow. I've watched people feel like they're running through molasses or dragging through the mud. At ClickFunnels, so observation number 2, everyone at ClickFunnels, everyone at the Inner Circle has to build a team and get leverage around the massive opportunities they've had. If that's the biggest issue that I heard this week, the one that was most consistent, it's getting leverage around the massive opportunities they've created. And when you look at the reason why, it's because ClickFunnels drives business. And then the third observation, and this is my last one because I've been going for a while, and this is a big one. Entrepreneurs need their tribe. You know, and I can tell you that for me, it took me forever to figure this out, but there's a reason why I'm not comfortable most of the places in the world. There's a reason why I don't like going out in the crowd. There's a reason why when I walk into the room in Russell's office and it's all entrepreneurs who are blowing up businesses, my heart rate goes down. I feel more comfortable. I feel more connected. I feel like I belong. And this week, that's what I saw. I saw entrepreneurs who had a place to belong, and the people who walked in that room walked out changed. Because here's what happens. When we are around our tribe, when we get to be connected with the people who are just like us, we come alive. And every time I get to go up with Russell, I see him come alive. I see entrepreneurs come alive. When entrepreneurs come here for our events, I watch us come alive. And here's the issue, is that so many of us don't really have that connection, that tribe. We don't know that we can get it. We don't understand that it's there. And here's something I want you to understand. For all of us, if you've ever felt different or alone or misunderstood or unlike the rest of the world, the fact is you're probably just like us. And an entrepreneur who's driven and motivated and wants to do more and be more and put more out there. And this week, watching entrepreneurs connect was so amazing, because the fact is that for people like us, they try and keep us apart. Let's be honest, they don't put people who ask all the questions and who want to change everything in the same room on purpose. But this week, that's exactly what happened, and we are evolutionary hunters. And when we get around our tribe, the hunt becomes more visible, the future becomes more imaginable, the present becomes more manageable, and the world becomes more real. And if there's my biggest observation from this week, it was that it is just incredible to be around the group of people that we were around, and to have Matt Elia back on my team, and to have him there in Boise, and we stayed with Emily Hirsch, and hung out last night with dozens of, over a dozen entrepreneurs, and just talked about what it was like to be an entrepreneur, have a team, and shared with each other. And the level of transparency and the level of conversation that we achieved last night was intense. In fact, I think last night, in the 1 hour we spent together, people's lives were changed. And when you get around your tribe, that's when the walls come down, the doors open, and people like us can connect and create momentum in a way we didn't even know was possible. And when we isolate and pull back and we don't show what's going on and we don't tell people what's really happening for us and we're not transparent about what's happening in our lives, is when we get stuck and constrained and feel defective and like we can't move forward. And so for all of you, remember that when you feel that constraint, when you're held in place, when you feel like you can't go forward, reach out to another entrepreneur, because the energy we share together is the driving force behind our real success. And so for everyone who was in Boise this week, for all the incredible presentations, for everyone who I shared a hug with, for everyone I got to talk to, I love you all. Thank you so much for being you this week, for being transparent. And for all the confirmation. It was truly incredible. Thanks, everyone.